Few back lunch, cook food, save money. Did you know the average American spends about $3,000 annually on restaurant food? For a family of four, that adds up to $12,000 per year. Right now, with the high price of food in the grocery store, this amount may seem inconsequential. After all, everything is more expensive now with inflation. The reality is, if you can figure out a way to prepare most meals at home, your finances will feel the savings. In my home, we prepare most meals, and to be honest, at this point in my life, meal prep has an equal motivation of cost savings and controlling the ingredients we consume for the health advantage. I'm 58 years old, and I want to ensure my last years are as healthful as possible. I watched my parents' health deteriorate as they aged due to poor food choices over the years and poor exercise habits. I want to learn from their example. My parents had several health challenges that made their end years really difficult. If I can avoid osteoporosis, heart attacks, strokes, and Parkinson's disease, I'm going to try. The process of winding down is hard for most people, but there are people we can look to as examples of living well into old age. For example, as chronicled by Dan Buettner in his 2012 book, The Blue Zones, second edition, 9 Lessons for Living Longer from People Who've Lived the Longest. Blue Zone people live long lives, but more critical to their long lives is the nature of their long lives. Blue Zone people tend to thrive well into old age with fewer chronic age-related diseases. I like to visualize the end of my lifetimes as being a sharp decline from a long, steady path upward towards being a fully fleshed out human being. I want to be able to think well, move well, and avoid long-term health issues that many of us will face as we age. I don't know for sure that eating mostly vegetables and fruits will ensure that I don't end up with age-related health concerns, but I feel confident that consuming vegetables and fruit will support good health more than eating fast food takeout. I don't have to be a doctor to understand this, and honestly, preparing my meals at home where I control the ingredients leaves me feeling happier. Ultimately, when writing Few Back Lunch, Cook Food, Save Money, my approach was strictly from a money-saving point of view. Even though I'm always considering how to prepare healthful meals, I'll stick to the money-saving aspect since this is why you're listening. People avoid cooking for a few reasons. They don't have kitchen confidence, they don't have time, they aren't properly equipped, and they don't have excellent kitchen skills. In my book, I show you why you don't have to accept any of these excuses when considering a change in lifestyle that includes preparing the bulk of your meals. When I try new things, either recipes or hobbies, it often takes several times to get the hang of what I'm attempting. That's normal. No one's an expert the first time they try something. Aiming for perfection can be an impediment to success. As Miyamoto Musashi stated, it may seem difficult at first, but everything is difficult at first. I can hear you saying, cooking's hard. It takes a long time. I hate cleaning up afterward. And you're right. Cooking can be hard. It can take a long time, and it can be messy. But not all home-prepared meals need to be difficult to make, and they don't have to require a ton of cleanup afterward. The biggest mistake people make when they begin cooking or taking on any hobby really is that they set their sights very high. They know they love the taste of the enchiladas at the local Mexican place, so they decide that's where they'll start their cooking journey. They use 2 or 3 pans to make the filling, sauce, and to prep the tortillas. Then they use a casserole for baking. Now they have a lot of pots and pans and a casserole to clean. Once they're done, it took several hours to put together, not to mention that the enchiladas don't taste as good as the enchiladas they buy from the place down the street. You can take a simpler approach. You can figure out a way to include home-prepared breakfast and lunch most days and save a lot of money over the year. Several years ago, I went on a 6-week car and tent camping trip in North America. We had to prepare simple meals that required minimal effort and cleanup. After all, we were in it for the hiking, not the cooking. We accomplished this by making sure our meals were assembled, by and large, versus cooked. I didn't need a Dutch oven, a campfire, or any special equipment to prepare our breakfast and evening meals, and we ate well. I was able to take the skills I learned from our 6 weeks of camping and include meal assembly in my book. If you're frugal curious and you want to learn how to save money by preparing your own food versus using restaurants to feed yourself, just start simple and incorporate new skills as you improve. For example, many people never question their expensive muffin and coffee habit from the local cafe. Something so simple will cost about $7 a day. If you make coffee at home and couple it with toast, you'll be set back less than $3 daily. That's a $4 per day savings. If that seems inconsequential, a $4 per day savings over the course of a 50-week work year is $1,000. Add on a $1 tip each time, and that cost goes up $200. What would you do with an extra $1,200 each year? I would use that money to invest. With 7% earnings, I'd have $1,284 after 1 year. After 5 years, I'd have $8,583 if I continue to set aside my coffee money. Imagine setting aside coffee money and lunch money each month. Those savings add up. Throw in dinner, and suddenly you're making great financial gains that otherwise would have eluded you. I like the idea of assembled meals because they can be affordable, fast to prepare, and don't require any special skills. For me, an assembled meal is a sandwich, a wrap, a salad, toast, or a smoothie. There are many tasty, healthy, and filling options for meal prep that you can learn. You can get my free downloadable book, Few Buck Lunch, Cook Food, Save Money, by visiting my website. I'll include a link in the episode description. Next time on Page Power, I'll talk about how to go about assembling meals.